Now, India's soldiers of the United Nations Peacekeeping Force safeguard the most important strategic site in Congo. And in this report, WION's political editor Kartikeya Sharma brings you an exclusive ground report as to what exactly the Indian army is in fact doing in the Republic of Congo. Take a look.
This is Goma Hill in Congo, one of the most important strategic sites. It's top of a hill. On one side, you've got the lake. You have a deep harbor. It's one of the deepest lakes in Africa. It's called Lake Kivu. Goma Hill was occupied a couple of years back by the militants. So the job has gone to the Indian army. Obviously, it works under the auspiceship of United Nations Peacekeeping Force. But Indians are the one who are holding this ground. So you have this vast, deep lake. And on the other side, you have the town. I'll go back to Lieutenant Colonel Jasmeet Singh. But you see the town. You see this town. You have an airstrip there. And you have Indians, the men in olive, guarding this town, the lake, which touches Rwanda. Because one has to understand how porous the border is. I'll ask my camera person, Manish, to pan the camera to his right, and I'll show you how porous this area is. The mountain you see there, the first ridge, that is Rwanda. So imagine the first ridge is Rwanda. On the back of the town, you have a lake. And this town has to be stabilized by none other than men in olives at a time when you have got budgetary cuts. So you have a problem of budgetary cuts. For example, we had more than 20 bases, and the bases have been cut down. So which means that even the doctrine in terms of area domination changes. The troops have to be moved out more rapidly. You have got rapid deployable battalions also. But on all of this, I'll be joined by Jasmeet. Jasmeet, tell me, how important is this area for you people?
As you've already seen, this is a place which is the vantage point. It actually dominates the complete Goma town. Now all the critical assets, that is the harbour, the port, the airstrip, as well as the town, can be dominated in case we are holding on to this location. Also, all the communication, as you can see to your back, there are a lot of communication towers and the television towers. So it also is a communication hub from which all the communication of Goma town is.
Basically, you are basically telling me you take this spot away, you actually take away the telecommunication, radio, all sort of electronic communication equipment, and you can actually jam them from the town.
Yes, because all the towers are located, because this is, as you can see around, this is the only vantage point, the highest point here from where the various communication towers are working. It was taken over in 2012-13 by the M23 when the M23 had come in. But now it is with the UN, and this responsibility has been entrusted to the Indian contingent to maintain and upkeep this strategic asset at Goma.
So how many people do you deploy? It's modest number. How much it takes from your part to deploy people here to protect it? Because, the lake is very porous. You have got the Rwanda at back. You have got a town which you dominate, but then terrorists cross over, belong to other countries also.
If you're talking about Goma Hill per se, as you can see, the deployment space is restricted. We have a platoon strength at Goma Hill. The balance assets for looking after the complete Goma town, we have a complete battalion here which looks after the security of the Goma town. But for the Goma Hill per se, it is a platoon strength which is on this hill.
Thank you, Jasmeet. So the bottom line here is that the peacekeeping mission is not about just staying in a garrison, holding a garrison. It's also about holding a town, holding a height, holding a view, and holding a position which dominates far-flung areas. And that's what this hill does for the Indian Army, for the United Nations Peacekeeping Forces. It dominates the view from the right, from the left, so that in future the hill cannot be taken again. With camera person Manish Srivastav, Kartikeya Sharma from Goma Hill for WION.
In the dense jungles of the Congo, where peace is in short supply, WION's Kartikeya Sharma joins the Indian Army's peacekeeping mission.
The Indian military, as working part and parcel of the United Nations Peacekeeping Force,
from tasting the local food to a day in the life of our men in Congo. Join WION as we track the Indian Army on its UN mission.
WION has been given access to cover the exemplary role played by Indian military as part of the United Nations peacekeeping mission in Congo.
Blue helmets in Congo. WION ground report only on WION World is One News.